Testing. Testing. There we go. Oh, it's all rats. It's all rats. Yep. Meow, 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 meow. Wait. Does that still... 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3... Oh, it's about the same. Yeah. See if I can't just keep that out of the way for once. Move the microphone a little. I am not sure. Bold of you to assume I plan ahead. The heck is this? Okay. It's like Madrotha, but it's not Madrotha. There's also that blue-white thing. Which one was it? The one that... Oh, I don't see it here. Maybe I own it. Pretty sure it's blue-white. Don't think it's a mythic. Yeah, this thing? Kind of like what this deck does. It is kind of something I liked. We saw... The only time I've ever seen it was yesterday. Can also actually name artifacts. Instant is way more obvious. What's worth discounting? Is memory an instant? No. Oh, of course it's not. It'd be crazy. I don't like enchantments. So it's probably artifacts or instants. Yeah, I don't like enchantments at all here. Kind of leaning towards instants. I don't know if I like my artifact stuff. There's just way better commanders for an artifact style thing, and the ability really likes instance. Timnio Thrasios? We're getting both? Oh. Ugh. I mean, I can run those anyways, can I? Like, I could just... This costing 5 is not that exciting. I could just run it anyways. I don't really know, because it's only 5 and my commander's alive. So I like... I don't know about this. I can't run auras. Except maybe ghost spaghetti thing. What are we even discounting, though? I don't really care about discounting anything that costs less than 4. The discount's just so not exciting without it being at least 4. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like there's a point. A lot of the white ones are creature-centric. And a lot of the blue ones are... I mean, Virtue's alright. Oh, this is an enchantment. I can't say that's too impactful, but it is an enchantment. Splendor. Technically Leyline. I don't like Teferi's tutelage. No, I don't think I don't think milling people out like honestly is ever great. You're either like doing it in 2 giant chunks, or I don't really see why I would want to ever do that. Ageless Insight, but this doesn't do anything without card draw spells, which are probably, you know, instants. Yep, Sphere of Safety is nice. Did I glaze over that one? There it is. Yep. I have a foil of one of these in paper. I think it's expensive now. At first, it was cheap for a while, and then maybe people caught on to it. It was cheap for a very, very long time. I just don't like my enchantments here. I really don't. I don't think there's enough to fill the deck. You can cast things that are 1, 2, and 3. There's a plenty of enchantments 1, 2, and 3. But then the discount starts to look kind of stupid and pointless. So I really want to, like, justify the discount. The best thing is instance. It's just instance. It really is. You can give yourself the option, maybe, between the two. I also actually don't even like this. Shark Typhoon's nice. This is nice if I have stuff to go with it, which... It can't copy legendaries. It's not really that great. A bunch of Frogifies are funny, but again, that doesn't have anything to do with my commander in any meaningful way. What are the instants? Settled is probably okay. I like Ride's End. Virtue is both. There's probably a boatload of blue ones. I've actually seen Aetherize a couple times lately. Pretty good gotcha card, maybe. Honestly, discounting Chemister's Insight and stuff just feels... Discounting the 4-mana cards is like the big thing here. That's like the main thing we're in love with. Four-mana Spell Swindle is actually pretty cool. Pretty neat. Yeah, that's solid. I guess this. Does this get discounted? Yeah, it does. Oh, you can copy itself? Oh, no, I can't. Okay. Copy Shadow, and then copy this, and then I mean, yeah, that is a thing, I guess. You can do that. 6-mana Commandeer? Alright, yep. I mean, I think instance of I'm not doing the enchantment one. If I wanted to do enchantments, it would probably be Heliod, because I just don't feel comfortable with the discount. It would just be Heliod in the command zone. I do like Teferi's Ageless Insight still. That was that game yesterday. Someone had it for a long time, and it was really good. Shark Typhoon can also stay, probably. I don't know if I want Sphinx's Insight. That hardly seems worth the 2 life there. Time Stop at 5 mana is also pretty funny. It looks like it's mostly blue, so probably the blue medallion, Sapphire. Probably not the white one. I like Spellgyre. Why does this exist? Oh, it's from Khans of Tarkir, that's why. That is why. This technically costs 2 with my commander in play. And it's ideal to always have my commander in play. I think a 2-mana draw 2 is actually like really good, especially instant speed. Okay. 3-mana rewind. Mana positive. Can run Unwind. I'm actually not big on Unwind. I'm not as big as it's as Rewind. Can run it though. Probably makes sense to run it anyways. There's not many white ones, man. Not many white ones at all. And they're going to be creature based as well. It's kind of like playing Brawl, but you get to play white cards. And maybe even slightly... Well, you can do whatever you want at the end of the day, but... Let's look at the Planeswalkers. Can you name Planeswalker? Well, I guess you can. Probably shouldn't, but... I don't... Most games, rewind is kind of slow, right? Especially in a format where it kind of... You decide what's gonna... like, a lot of games are decided before anyone has 4 mana. So rewind's a bit slow in that regard. I wouldn't like it without a discount. I like Jace. Narset's probably fine. We can run a ton of white removal, which is huge. That does... I don't know if I like it more than Brawl because of that, but running white removal does catapult this way up for me. Shoot, I even like 5-minute Jace. I don't know if I like Teferi. Teferi can be incredibly annoying against a lot of decks, though. But it can also be really bad. Wander Emperor is 50-50. I don't hate it. Elspeth, again, pretty good at just doing its own thing in isolation. It doesn't have an ultimate, though. Probably don't want this. I'm also not using the tokens for any reason, like the last deck could have used them. Here we cannot really do that. Aligned Heart. What is that? What is this? Tarkir Dragonstorm Commander? We only got the commanders from the Tarkir Dragonstorm Commander set. I don't think we got the rest of the set. Just the commanders. Whenever you cast your second spell, put a counter on this enchantment. And then create a 1/1 Prowess Monk. Wait. Put a rally counter. Oh, for each rally counter. I'm like, why do the rally counters? Why do they exist? Alright. That's why. Yeah, we did not get the rest of the set. Just the commanders. Speaking of that, I was going to... I think Esper Sentinel is fine. And then all of the cards here, like... Is Flickering Sten? No, we can just counter spells. We don't have to actually flicker anything, right? I almost actually do like Path of Exile here. Especially if I can't defend my own commander. Pathing my own commander's actually pretty nice. If it was okay. Let's try Path. It'd probably come out immediately, but I'm in the current 3-minute window where I like it. So, if we don't finish in 3 minutes, then I'll probably change my mind. That's usually how Path of Exile works for me. Solitude? Ooh, maybe. It's looking like a full retail Solitude kind of deck, though. So maybe not. Pseudo Storm. Well, we don't have 1,000 Year Storm or anything, so... Cloud Key? Can Cloud Key name instance? If it can, I like it. It's the same logic with Jet Medallion. Or Sapphire Medallion. Which I believe would make sense. Same with Brawl. Let's try Unwanted Remake. I feel like I'm overdue for that card to disappoint me. I don't know if I want white board wipes, but they are not terrible. Witch Enchanter, probably. The heck is this? Oh, right, yeah. Haughty Gem? Probably. I actually like Into the Story as well. It doesn't take long for Into the Story to be good. It really doesn't. What about Urza? What is Urza's discount? Instant sorceries and artifacts? Sure. I like that. That's kind of neat. Can we run Tolarian Terror? We can run Tolarian Terror. I don't know if we should run Tolarian Terror. Is a 1-mana 5/5 good enough in Historic Brawl? I've never actually put it in play in Historic Brawl. But this deck can very easily do that. Isn't there a second village? Wait, what's it called? Yeah, this village. Man, these look pretty similar, huh? Imagine thinking you own this so that you actually pulled this and you feel bad. I guarantee you someone's put this in their deck thinking it was Mistrise. I don't even actually think I like Mistrise here. It enters tapped always. Its ability is nice. I don't know. Maybe it's free. Thanks for the entertainment. Well, thank you for watching. The game plan is instant speed spells and win the game with them. That is a tap land. I don't think I want irrigated farmland. I don't hate Prairie Stream. A Durker. Herkadurker. Wastes. Probably the castle. I do need snowlands instead of not snowlands. Suppose I'll suck it up for once. Minotithe? No, not Gear Hulk. Snapcaster Mage is fine, though. Not Gear Hulk. Maybe. I mean, that's a weird thing to say, that I don't like Gear Hulk, but I potentially like Tolarian Terror. That is a strange situation. I like Remand. Negate's probably better than Dovin's Veto? Do I have Dovin's Veto in here? No. Yeah. Just because this costs 1 with my commander? Instead of more than that? Did I jump over Mana Drain? How did I do that? How did I do that? Whoops. Can't forget the card that ends the game. Flare is interesting. I mean, it could cost 2. It could cost 0 with the commander. Yeah. Kira is very annoying to play against, but I don't know if we want to do that. Oh, this at 3 mana feels great. What's the... Was it Unwind? Is this a wizard? Oh, it's a wizard. Okay, it's a wizard. Which means... I get to play Mentor's Guidance for 1 mana. And Wizard's Retort, which actually is still just 1 mana. That actually doesn't really work. No! This costs 2 less? Oh, huge? Huge? Okay, yeah, we don't need Wizard's Retort. I mean, we don't hate Wizard's Retort, but we don't need it. Ominous Lockbox. I like alchemy cards. Most of the time. They're usually really useless. Oh, wait, no. They're either, like, busted and annoying, or they're completely useless. There's not really a lot of, like, middle of the ground ones, it feels. I do, however, really like Seek New Knowledge. I don't think it's busted. Choice isn't a sorcery. I think we can do better than Choice, even though it gives you way more card selection. Quick Study. Another 2-minute draw 2 there. What's Ominous Lockbox? That's the clue token, right? It is. I feel like this did something once and then never did anything again. We played it recently, right? I named my commander? No, wait, what did I do? You can copy your opponent's commander, right? Yeah. There are a lot of commanders that are not worth copying. Especially when you just want to counter them. No, I don't think this is that kind of deck. I would rather this be a counterspell, actually. And just cast a counterspell. In that exact spot. So I want more white cards. Did I actually put Teferi in here? I did. I didn't put... Cloud Key in here. It is whatever you want. Yeah, we can Cloud Key. And also Medallion. Probably not the white one still. Name 2, copy a counterspell, yeah. Without white sweepers, it's... Yeah, stealing ramp spells is nice, but then your opponent's... No, I guess they didn't have to resolve. You know, Teferi's Insight is only good when you have card draw spells, and not everything I do draws a card. I'm also not running all the cantrips, so maybe this is not necessary. I'm not running River's Rebuke either, or Cyclonic Rift, which is probably wrong. Ride's End starts to look a little weird. Okay, maybe we're not a Ride's End deck. I said no Wizard's Retort. Probably no Archmage's Charm. That doesn't sound right. I don't like Unwind. I don't like it here. I almost don't like Aetherize either. Illuge? Yeah? Okay, I'm taking out Unwind, and I think for now I'll keep Aetherize. Illuge is nice. House Meld, yep, that's another one. Oh, we shouldn't run Memory of Deluge, because discounting it makes you see less cards. Although, I mean, you still get to cast it. You know, it's still at the very least 2 mana draw to. You just don't see that many cards. Of all the card draw, I think it is probably on the weaker end of things, though. Not entirely true. I need white card ideas. That's what I need. I need white card ideas. I could probably take out 2 planes, actually. Maybe even more than that. Like, if Brawl was white, what would Brawl play? Sphinx's Revelation? Oh, we can discount it by a bit, too. When are we ever actually slamming down Shark Typhoon and passing? Probably never. So that can probably come out. I feel inclined to remove Tolarian Terror, but I'm still not sure. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold that this really gets there. How do you filter by X? I feel like the X spells always take the longest time for me to find. MV equals X? No, that doesn't even work, though. Three? Things' rev is 3, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, MVX doesn't... does it work? Like, that works? Oh, it doesn't look like it works. I didn't think it worked. Because there's... The only X spell in the game is that creature is like a colorless creature that just has an X in the casting cost. I think that's the only one. Yeah, all the other ones have, you know, 2 or 3 or whatever. Humiliation is nice. I don't know if it's amazing, though. I just think I need more white cards. They don't have to be instants or sorceries, though. I'm not going to play Giver Runes and stuff. Oh, Chain to the Rocks. We can run Chain to the Rocks. Just like yesterday. M.X? Or semicolon X? There we go. What about these? No, those are sorceries. I guess these actually really should be instants. Blue Sun Zenith is funny. No, this is just a way better card draw, though. This is a way better card draw. It's a full colon, not a semicolon. You are correct. Okay. You are correct. March is funny. Boss's intervention is also pretty solid, actually. What's the... I don't own land tax, do I? I don't think I do. Oh, whoops. Me and my filters. I do not. I'm always wishy-washy about this. I love it with, like, Brainstorm. What about Ghost Prison? Do I own Ghost Prison? That would be another good one in this commander for the enchantment side. I don't. Oh, wait, didn't they change this? No, it's the lowest on Arena. The lowest on Arena is a mythic. Even though I think it's actually a... No, it's an uncommon. It's not a common, it's an uncommon. There's a mythic rest in peace? Oh. Cool. Or not cool. Rip. Is the sweeper that bounces a creature, is that blue-white? I know there's one in Obzon where you, like, target one thing and all the others blow up. Dune Blast or something. They asked for mythics for Frogmite? That's great. I would also feel a bit scammed. Expropriate is almost a 1 mana or 1 card win condition. Almost. I wonder how reasonable it is to cast Omniscience. It is a funny, like... Nah, that's probably not right. Chrome Mox. At least Mox Amber. What about Chrome Mox, though? I think I actually do like Chrome Mox. Getting in play really quickly is nice. I think I like that. This does something in sorcery different. Permanent 7 or less. Okay. Are we an emergency powers deck? I want to say no. But I also don't not want to say yes. Probably Treasure Cruise. It's a sorcery, but who cares? They should totally give us Murktide reagent. That's what they need to do. Oscillate Pride has a chance to scam people before the game gets to start. No, it costs 2 on Arena. Siphoner with Delve cards and my whole hand almost always never letting me cast this for 2 mana doesn't feel great. What's Meeting in the Minds? Alright, yeah, that's fine. Commandeer is situational, but it can really get there. Imagine they, like, have their own creature. They cast a removal spell on my commander. I just move it to their thing. But it's so many cards. Oh, it's so many cards to commandeer something. Oof. It really is. I don't know. I don't think this is commandeer worthy. It probably isn't. It's funny when it works, though. It's funny when it works. Probably just not it. Fractured Identity is interesting. No, I don't like Ulamog. I don't like Ulamog. I think we like Fractured Identity. It's... Oh, wait a minute. I don't own it. I think this happened before. Yeah, I don't own Fractured Identity, and it's a mythic because it's in that vault set or whatever. Yeah, I don't own it. I wouldn't hate it, though. I would not hate it. There's your donation incentive. You found it. Disdainful Stroke. Questionable. Alright, so into the story, almost unnecessary. I have a lot of card draw going here. Could run the Midnight Clock. We'll be getting Urza, like the MH Urza with the mono blue construct thing. That's a pretty cool commander. It costs 4, but you know, people like a luge, so... Do we actually like this? Yes. Yeah, if it comes in turn 3 consistently, it can be pretty nice. But it's kind of weird, right? Like, I'll play my 4-mana commander turn 3 with Mana Rocks, but the Mana Rock already taps for mana. I don't need Urza to do that, but I probably want to play all of the 2-mana Mana Rocks. So it's a little weird. It's also mono blue, so you can't make treasure tokens like if you had red as much. But you can play a bunch of 1-mana artifacts, I guess, that then just tap for blue and start spinning into, I don't know, Eldrazi. I don't know, it's not like insane. I think I would prefer a luge when it comes to explosive mana as a 4-mana blue commander, because then the Mana Rocks are more valuable. They don't just simply do nothing with your commander. Hullbreaker Horror? There's not a lot of cards... I don't know, there's a fair amount of decks that actually do draw. But yeah, that would make treasure tokens in blue for Urza. Not as exciting in Arena, though. 1v1, it's not as exciting. Do stuff 0, 1, 2, nothing till 8. Yep. Sounds about right. Also, I wasn't thinking of Hullbreaker. I was thinking of... What is it? Hullbreacher? I was thinking of Breacher. The one that... Does it? Is it not in Arena? Maybe it isn't. Oh, it's not. Alright. It's an MH card, so I guess that makes sense why it's not. Smothering Tithe is funny, too. But no, I don't want Hullbreaker for this. I don't think I do. It could easily come in, though. We did take out Shark Typhoon. Hullbreaker could be like that bomb, because it is at least instant. I gotta worry about taking 6 cards out. We're putting cards in, but I gotta take 6 out. If it wasn't for Witch Enchanter being a land, it most assuredly would not be in here. Remand, possibly unnecessary. Craterhoof? Yeah, we could do Craterhoof. We could give this +2/+2. Really send it in there. Yeah, that works. Same with... It's like kind of why Chains of the Rocks would also be good in here. Alright, no remand. Reprieve is probably better than remand, and I actually don't have reprieve. Maybe I like them. I kind of like both, though. I actually really like both of those cards. I'm not going to lie to you. I am going to put remand back in, because I lied to you. And I actually probably do want reprieve. That's actually a pretty solid ability, especially, or effect, especially early, so. All the untapped MDFCs. I guess you could just take out lands and put them in. Yeah. The problem with a lot of the ones that mostly the blue one. This one's tapped. That doesn't count. Is this is untapped, right? Yeah, that could just be an island. Okay, I forgot about this one. It's been a while. Seagate Restoration, you like never cast this card, and I just paying 3 life for your untapped land is came up way more often than ever casting this for 7 mana. It's not a good top deck either if you have like 2 cards in your hand. It's just like not. It's also a sorcery, but I don't think this would be a really good. It would probably be really good if it was an instant. Like probably couldn't be printed as an instant. I just don't like Seagate. We'll pay attention to how many times this would matter, but I don't know. What about this? Rebounding instance counter spells is useless is the main problem. Okay, yeah, never mind. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of the MDFCs are not just like totally free because it's untapped. I don't think that's completely free. I do like this one though. I think that one works. I think it works. Okay, we're still stuck on actually taking cards out. I haven't solved that issue. You fetched it for a spell tutor for a land, yeah. Sounds about right. More removal is always nice. But I'm still trying to take cards out, so. It drews your whole deck? It doubles twice, right? No, no, it doesn't. I feel like it's hard for that to draw your entire deck. If you had 16 cards in your hand, you would draw 32. But you'd have to already have 16 cards in your hand. Do we want Reliquary Tower? It makes Treasure Cruise and Dig Through Time harder, but that feels like that doesn't make sense logically. I think I want Reliquary Tower. There's a chance we overcap cards in hand with whatever we've got going on here, so yeah. Probably take out a Plains. I really for now want to take this out because it's tapped, and I feel like most of my games that will be far more annoying than yeah, we're gonna take that out for now. Yeah, you must have had like a ton of cards in your hand already, so. You never played these colors, you don't know what you're looking at? Oh, you'll see. I don't know what I'm looking at either, because I still have to take out 7 cards. Okay, maybe take out Commit to Memory. Can probably take out Memory Deluge. Although, even with the discount, it's still just cards. I really don't have an issue with that. My window open. Oh, it's like the same temperature outside. Oh boy. Oh boy, it's gonna get hot in here. So Archmage's Charm can't get discounted, but I kind of like everything it's doing. It's triple blue. Okay, well I gotta make room, so. Oh no. Hieroglyphic Illumination is also weird, but probably fine, I would argue. Emergency Powers is also annoying. Can I filter counters and card draw? Yeah, you can do that. My brain doesn't work that way, but you can do that. Okay, I don't like this Regent. Emergency Powers is weird. But there are a fair amount of cards in my deck that are getting the free permanent, but there's not a lot of them. Can it be a land at the very least? Yep. I don't know. I haven't played with it in a while. I'm not taking it out. Wandering Emperor is weird, maybe. Though not that weird. Probably weird, though. Okay. Maybe Urza and the Jinn are weird, too. Look up Adamant? Why are we looking at Adamant? What? I don't like any of these. Maybe this one, but also no. Yeah, I don't like any of these. I don't like these at all. I thought you meant addendum or whatever this has, addendum. It also doesn't solve my problem of taking cards out, Actually makes it worse. I don't want to take out Jace, but I probably should. But I like it too much. You meant addendum? Yeah. Might have to take out Jace, actually. Just not a fan of doing that. Everything in here is fine. I think the Jhin and Urza are the worst cards, just because I have to take a turn off to cast them, and that is not super... I don't see that happening, right? Like, oh, play this turn too, untap, and then play this, and then my opponent just goes and plays the card that wins the game, and I don't have a counterspell up. And it's just like, oh, look at all the discount I totally needed. So, format do be having a pace to it that might not let you get away with all that. That is to say, you can play Urza and Jhin and probably get away with it. I don't know if I have to. I'm going to try not to. It's also less things my opponent can actually target and kill, which might as well. Yeah, they're technically cheaper than casting this a second time. Not super sold that that's an issue. Also, it's almost been an hour, so I actually want to play the game. So we're here with Sten Paranoid Partisan. 2-minute 2/2. You choose a card type other than creature or land. I'm not sure what choosing land would even do anyways, but spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less. So there's probably like artifacts and instants come to mind first. There are some enchantments. Super Friends is probably not there for Planeswalkers. I'm going with Instants, so we're sort of doing what Brawl does, but we get to play white on top of that. Brawl is still probably a better commander, wouldn't surprise me. The looting on Brawl is really good. But we get to play a bunch of really cool 4-mana cards that then cost 3 mana, so you can play them the turn after you play this. It is also a wizard, so things like this are really interesting, right? It discounts it essentially twice. Anything with Convoke, this is a creature, so that's a way to sort of discount it twice again, kind of like how Brawl would. Discounting Memory Deluge lets you see less, you see less cards, but it's still just solid. I mean, it's a 1 card that finds 4 cards over the course of its existence in any given game. Sphinx's Revelation is funny. It's been a while since I played this. It's also actually a white card, so it'd be fun. Emergency Powers is another one that's pretty interesting. I have a fair amount of permanent to put into play, but not too many. I mean, you can put a land in at least. I don't think we want the white medallion, but the blue one does make sense. And the 2 creatures I took out felt a little awkward, and I'm sure there's a way to put them in here, but for now I want to run it like this, so yep, send it. Do 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 do. Da 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 do 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 da 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 da. Zahid? Is Zahid the Fiend Hunter? That's the backup, or the weird Fiend Hunter thing? Or something? Good fun, have luck. We don't need luck. My opponent's name is 100, but their deck is only 99. This is a really strange hand, especially with a Planeswalker commander. So I don't know if I can keep this. Actually, I probably can. Every time I play against this, it kind of like blitzes for one of the few cards that are good with it. There's not a lot of giant, scary vampires. Alright, I definitely don't care about Thoughtseize. It's a Jhin. I can't remember it. Is it the 5-mana one? I might know what you're talking about. It like discounts things that it costs 5. My opponent is Stumbled. I feel like Housemeld is the one I go for here, but I don't know. I would love if they took Sublime Epiphany. That's a very good sign. Alright, they took that thing. Sure. They appear to have a Grief? Mox? Probably Mox? Yeah, it looks like Mox. So, do I play my commander? I imagine I do. I'm not in a position where I lose the game if it dies, so instant. Oh, look, it is Chrome Mox. Do you think we'll ever get a Warhammer collab? I'm not sure what you mean. Like a non-40k one? I have no idea what you're talking about. This has Convoke, so I don't think I'm swing. Actually, maybe I should swing. Yeah, I'm gonna swing. My opponent has Phyrexian Arena. I think I can maybe actually pressure the life total. At the beginning of your combat, choose one. Okay, that's incredibly annoying. Let's get rid of this and this, because those are really expensive. Okay. Path of Exile. My opponent does not know the hand, but that's fine. But yeah, there's a Warhammer 40k set, if you weren't aware of that. Whenever this creature enters, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. Why do they have all this? Wait a minute. Oh, it's Vampire, alright. So, here. And then just path my own commander? Sure. Well, that worked out. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I should have waited, chat. I should have waited. I'm an actual potato. I should have waited. So we play this. We play this. Alright, not very appealing. Well, that lifelink is infuriating. Oh, they didn't plus. I'm always plussing on this 5-4 here. But they didn't. Well, this is where board wipes would be excellent, and of course I don't have any. Why would I? Probably lose at this point. So. I'm not going to run board wipes yet. Pretty easy to try to get them in here, though. Especially if my commander's alive, maybe I don't need to cast them. If it's not, then so on and so forth. This hand is really weird looking. Sure. You mean like a playable Warhammer set? I mean, we'll see. Outside of Commander or something. Kinda doubt it. Games Workshop is a, is certainly a thing that I, don't fully love. Let's take this, or this. Probably that, because this is going to matter at some point, one would argue. Okay. I could have also just waited on this, actually, to see what I drew. Yeah, I could run Farewell. I could easily run Farewell. Could easily run that card. Alright, well, without Cavern of Souls, I don't feel deeply concerned about Stiff. Alright, never mind. I feel deeply concerned. I feel concerned. I don't have a 3-mana counterspell, which is kind of nuts. Am I dead now? Alright, well. Mono green. I missed a land drop, and that cost me the game. That's actually all that happened there. I just missed a land drop, cost me the game. Alright, well, to the surprise of no one, all of this is terrible. Can at least run Farewell. I'm not going to change anything further. Final Showdown? Yeah. That is the sweeper I was thinking about one that, like, keeps my own creature alive, and that does cut it. Alright. What do we got this time? Nothing. This looks weird. Well, it's on a land, so... Do I care about stuff with things? I wonder if this is slightly better in this exact spot. It probably is. I'm not sure. No lands again! No lands again! Alright. Awesome. There's 42 lands in here. That's another reason to play Brawl instead of my commander, actually. So I can, cast in loot when I cast stuff. They did not play their land first. Rather large mistake. Yeah, you probably want it to, play your land there first. I guess the reason not to is because of their commander resolves, and, no, you just want to play your land first every time. Well, we won with 2 lands. That's cool. Won with 2 lands. Sort of. Found the 3rd one later. Against the mono green deck, I will take it. I think if they had a turn 1 mana dork, though, I'm not sure we're beating the average outcome of the mono green thing. Oh, what is this? What does this do? I can't remember. Alright, it's like Gix, but not Gix. Bloop. Can I play cards right now? No, I don't think I can. Well, I'm losing basically immediately. So, pass the turn again? Of course. Why not? Can I play my commander? Doesn't look like it. Alright, wasting my time. Good old 1 mana draw 10. Amazing. Well. Alright, well, trash. 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 Everything I say about this commander, this format is happening every game, so. Trash. Yeah, this should absolutely be better than Argyle in my opinion, so. Something is not right. And it involves removal, so. Humiliation can come in at this point. I don't really hate the cheap damage dealing stuff. I don't know if I like Elspeth's Might. I guess I do. Fragment Reality is fine as well. Maybe. Also, maybe not. isolating early threats. There's a ton of 1-mana cards in this format that you would like to isolate, like a boatload of cards. Maybe isolate is actually a real card in Historic Brawl right now. We can try it. I guess Fateful Absence at this point? Sure. Even Moment of Heroism would be funny with my commander in play. This actually could actually maybe sort of kind of do something. No, I'm not gonna do that yet. Alright, well, as per usual, anything that costs more than 4 in Historic Brawl is dead and useless. Yeah, March is interesting. I don't know if I have enough white cards, but that might not matter. That might not matter. I keep looking at that card and I just keep not adding it. Okay, Chromox has also been a bit of a disappointment. Stern Scolding is interesting. Haven't played with that one yet. Fateful Absence is... sure. At the very least, I can just get rid of my... Actually, I can just get rid of Fateful Absence. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to play this. Alright, well, there's Isolate doing something. I have no Snowlands. Kind of tragic. I believe I will go get a Snow Island. It lets me scry 1. That is what it is. Aetherize. Well, it will be good later. Who knows? I'd be hard-pressed to get rid of that one. Alright, that is definitely a very slow card. Do I blow it up? I don't think so. I don't think so. Garuk Spaghetti, yep, that's fine as well. It doesn't pertain to the board. Yeah, this vigorous farming is definitely very slow. Alright, we're kind of where we want to be. Let's just hope that's good enough. It also doesn't work if you shuffle. If you, like, ever shuffle, it just undoes its own thing. It's kind of weird. They are tapped out completely, so... Yeah, it's not great with fetch lands, too. I mean, it's mono green, though, so that doesn't... That's not a big deal. Alright, let's get rid of the land. 7 cards in the graveyard. Search for Escanta looking mighty juicy. I can now swing. Scute Swarm. Can't really beat that one. That's fine. Let's just get some lands back. Wait, where's its trigger? Oh, there it is. It does draw a card, it's kind of annoying, but I'm not really concerned with the lands. I like to flip Iskanta, so I'm not going to cast Dig Through Time. They did not swing with Fnatic. That's odd. Well, that's... Actually, that's fine to draw. I just sort of get like 2 cards out of it when I just simply draw with it, so... Alright, let's find... 1, 2... 3... Probably Memory Lapse. So I can cast Farewell and I'd have 1 mana left. Doesn't feel that great. I might just wait a turn. I'm not convinced I'm going to die. We can just wait a turn here. They didn't swing with Fnatic, so I imagine there's something. Alright, that's a little... That's a little, annoying. Let's put that back on top, so we know that's what they're drawing for the turn. And I imagine they want to cast it right now. I don't see why they wouldn't. Especially if it gives you something to do. Yeah, you want to cast it now. There's no reason, just because it's an instant, just to hold it. Of course, they have another one. This one's beatable. It's also post-combat, so they're not getting hit by this giant dinosaur. Oh, I would have actually died if they did it pre-combat, because Nissa's in play. I would have just full stop died. Go figure. Yep, why not have just both as the final cards in your hand? Not sure why they would take themselves off of the massive ramp trample thing there, but they did. Time for you to go. Good luck, have fun. Well, I might actually take some of that luck this time. Does Teferi change anything? I feel like it doesn't. Nope. Wait, it does it, actually? I can play Aetherize. Oh, I guess it does. Alright. Well. Verdant Rejuvenation was a mistake? I don't really agree with that. I mean, you have to have the giant creature in play already. I think it's... If it was good on its own, I would agree. But it's not quite good on its own. Alright, I'm gonna minus on Nissa. No. I'm gonna plus. Okay. Yeah, this Verdant farming has not really... Well, it's given them 3 extra mana this game, I guess. I don't know how much that matters. I let them double up on spells. I don't know, it's not that scary. Alright, so I obviously have something, otherwise I would have conceded. Let's see if they respect it. This is lethal, correct? Yep. So I have to do something about it. Well, it's as hard as you let them, it's as hard as it is for your opponent to stop it. Alright, I kind of forgot that this wasn't Settle the Wreckage, so my idea here doesn't really work nearly as much. But I couldn't... I don't think I could just cast Farewell and expect to win this game, so it probably doesn't matter. Alright, this game's just over. I can see I'm just wasting my time at this point. Farewell's not doing anything. I'm just losing. And to the surprise of no one, the white cards are the ones I end the game with in my hand, because they're the worst. And would have been better as blue anything. We can run more counter spells. Kind of? Kind of? Yeah, let's look at that. Start running cancels instead of random garbage. It's probably okay. Isolate did something. It did do something. Drari Disruption, maybe? Yeah, sure. Really, any of the three-minute counter spells are fine. Thassa's Intervention could probably just be... No, it's fine the way it is, I think. Rewind can be an actual counterspell that's actually doing things. Urtai's Scorn. Aetherize could just be River's Rebuke. I'm not sure if that really matters, though. Dissipate. Alright, let's try that. Brawl without the looting is, oof. Summary Dismissal? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that one works too. I think. Ulalek. That's pretty nuts. Whoa. Alright, well, the bad part is it's 5 colors. So, and we're on the draw. I will take more mana. Oh boy. I am excited to see what happens. We will play this. Yep. Uh-oh, there's fireworks. Uh-oh. Kind of surprised to see them just windmill slam that. This also doesn't let them use the One Ring. That's weird. So, Deluge? Right? Yeah. I would say so. Okay. They did play a Wastes. That only taps for... That only nets them a single mana in this exact instance. So that's a little weird. Does this... Okay, so it doesn't disable your stuff when you play Illuge? I can't remember, it's been a while. Like, that should still stay as a castle? Yeah, okay. Not much going on. Guess I'm just passing. This is where card draw would be nice. And it has the One Ring. I mean, the One Ring here doesn't save them. It's a lot of damage that adds up over time. And we do have any, like, blockers covered. Do I counter Ujin? Oh, absolutely, yeah. Okay, that's not great. Alright, so they go to 10, and then they go to 9. Alright. This can get colorless cards. I assume it will actually do that. It did, yep. So now Forsaken Monument starts to get annoying. But I'm not really sure if I care about it. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They have 10 mana without Forsaken Monument. I can't activate that yet. Alright, that was a funny draw. How is this still tapped? Well, I guess it just is. It is because it is. Alright, they're at 9, and then they go to 8. So now they have to deal with the board, or they have to actually do something. That's not it. Oh, they kept it on top. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. Do I counter this? I think so. Because this puts a lot of pressure on the mana base. They only have one colorless mana left. Yep, okay. And then we let it resolve, and then I just kill it. But I can't stop a spawn. I don't think there's any reason to house meld this. Okay. Leave it to my opponent to have the only colorless instant in the game. So now the map tokens look good. Those went up. Well, this does do what I need it to, but... this is bad. So... I'll lose a luge if I let them cast it, but if I don't cast a luge, they just won't cast this, is the main problem. Maybe they still will, I don't know. Forsaken Monument, of course, is annoying now. Nope, it's not gonna cut it. Oh, good lord. Okay. Things are just, I mean, I have all the answers, they're just not, I feel like they're just not lining up in any game we've played. Nothing is lining up right. So, River's Rebuke, Cyclonic Rift, I guess, have to be in here. Like, we just not keep... Maybe I just got to mulligan more for counter spells. This is garbage. Like, nothing is lining up. I have all the answers in my deck to what's happening. I just... So whatever. Yeah. Alright. Sphinx's Rev is trash. Take that out too. Counterspell. What's Meeting of the Minds? This is the Convoke one. Maybe a 2-minute draw 2 is not that great. Can actually just run like the... Because we have the Scry 2 draw 2s. It's probably one of the worst ones in here. That's fine. I don't want Minotithe. Exclude is alright. I think we like Exclude. Wait, what was summary dismissal? I can spell. Where is it? Wait a minute. I thought I knew the card you were talking about. Do I have a filter that's... does not own it? Oh, I don't own it. I thought I owned this. Haven't I played this? Maybe I'm thinking of Mind Break Trap? But I don't know that either. I'm not sure. How often do two things go on the... I mean, this doesn't usually do much, though. It's probably okay here. I don't think this solves the problem, and I'm not willing to craft it. But it could come in here, for sure. But it doesn't solve the problem that the deck's having. And, I'm gonna not just burn a wild card on it. It's good yeah, I mean, is it though? Why is it good against Ujin? Why do I care about them exiling my commander? At 7 mana, that doesn't really matter. They could just do that. I don't think I care. They just, like, let them get the counter, or the exile effect. I just need to counter Ujin. I don't care about losing my 2/2. I can just recast it. Or just simply not cast it, because my opponent has 7 mana. If I'm not keeping up with that, I've lost anyways. Chromium, one of my favorite commanders. It's another game where casting my commander might be worse than simply casting a medallion. So I think I'm going to not cast my commander and just cast the medallion. It does discount my well, no it doesn't. No it doesn't. Farewell deals with their commander. I'm not sure at the point of the game in which that comes up I should expect this to do anything. But it feels weird to not have access to that. Assuming this game goes some amount of time here. Yeah, we're going to cast this. This also lets me go right into Jace. What is this? Okay, alright, there. No more Jace. No more Jace. We're back on the commander. Okay, my opponent did not take Jace. I am profoundly confused about that. Very confused. Okay, there's no way I would want to do this, but I guess it makes a little bit of sense. I just think dealing with Jace with Thoughtseize is better. But, who knows? Do I shuffle Rift away? I could just plus. I don't think I'm going to ultimate Jace. That doesn't seem realistic. Okay, I found a good card here. Let's get rid of you and you. I can't cast counter spells because of the Teferi, but I mean I didn't have any, so... So, can I overload? 4, 5... No. This has hexproof always? Correct. So I can cast this, kill that, and then I can deal with this in response to it trying to do anything. Okay. suppose I will as well. Actually, I should let this hit me. No, I shouldn't. I'm going to try to fight. I think this is the best Rift is going to be. Okay. Do I counter the extra turn? Yes, I do, okay. Because I don't have a 1-minute counterspell for a creature. Alright, so I think they're going to start feeling the burn of not Thought-Seizing Jace at this point in the game. Do we play this Jace? Could be a little reckless. No, I don't think it's that reckless. Both these cards are fine. Let's name Wizard. And play said Wizard? No, I'm gonna actually not play the Wizard. Probably could have, though, honestly. Alright, they did Stone Cold Nothing. This does have Flash and is uncounterable. So we'll see what we find. The top of my deck has not been shuffled. We will play this. Leave up more blue. I guess. Yeah, I could have done that. Just tap the other thing instead, sure. I could have done that. I don't want that. We know the top two cards, yeah. There's not much I can do about that. So I just pass. Yeah, alright. So I can target this thing. It's not just, like, completely invincible. I can Tails End the discard trigger, too, which is really funny. Is it indestructible? Can't be blocked? Tragic. Chromium actually casting their commander? Well, I like it. Well, this is a matchup for it, so it makes sense. I cannot block it. They discarded that thing. Kind of crazy, actually. I will not Tails End the clue token. Yeah. Dismissal can counter Chromium? Could it? Yeah, okay. I can target their Chromium, but then this dies, and that feels really bad. So, I think I'm just gonna Brainstorm. It's so powerful to brainstorm. I'm just gonna brainstorm. Alright, I didn't hit anything great. I will now play Brawl. It's uncounterable. I don't even know if my opponent cares about this kind of effect at this point in the game anyways. We have a Graven Lore for 2 mana, which is hilarious. And we're going to dig through time. Whoa! Might have to close my window. It went from really hot to blisteringly stormy. River's Rebuke. Mox Amber is actually fine. I don't really care for Search. Just more mana is totally fine with me. Let's do this. Swords to Plowshares is good. Alright, we're drowning in it. We are literally drowning in it. They have to swing at the big Jace. They do have to do that. Is this just like Esper Dragons? Gain control of target creature as long as you... Okay. So, always doing this. Alright, so they steal probably my... I don't think it matters which one. I can actually... Oh, they can steal Planeswalkers. They can steal Planeswalkers. Alright. Well, I guess everything I tried to do this game is going to wind up being pointless, huh? Okay, well... That's not good. That's not good. Not good at all. So, play this now? No, we play this now. Okay. Esper Sentinel? Probably not. Alright. Don't know if I can beat that ultimate. But we'll try. Man, can you hear that storm? That's crazy. So, probably too many resources to try to cast a luge. I could cast this, cast a luge. Seems unlikely to work. Should probably play this now, even though the top of my deck is pretty bad. Okay. So I really want to play a luge, and I also want to shut down my opponent's top decks. So let's actually plus here. Keep that card on the top. It's just a land. Play this. Get rid of Witch's Enchanter. Witch Enchanter. If it was a wizard, it would actually just resolve. It's kind of funny. I don't know why the outdoors just turned into a war zone outside my house, but I apologize. Alright, so we're going for the old commander. There's no reason not to... I mean, you might as well not cast it now, actually. Yeah, that's fair. Illuge is larger than my opponent's commander. So I think I'm gonna brainstorm, because we need critical mass of spells. Okay, so we swing. If I swing, this is 9. They get a free block here, so I shouldn't... Oh, wait a minute, they're dead. We won this game. Don't target an island. Oh, it's one off. Chad, it's one off. Oh. I thought it was lethal. Oops. Alright. Still fine. Still totally fine. Wait a minute. I don't have to do anything here, right? I do not have to do anything. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. Okay. What do we got? Like, you swinging at Jace, you die. Okay, so now you need a way to not die. Yeah, you need a way to not lose a game, so what are you gonna do? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yes! We beat a Jace Ultimate. We beat our own Jace Ultimate. Wow, that's crazy. Bruh, I didn't know it could steal Planeswalkers. Oh, I just didn't know. Yeah, that attack. I think the attack was them trying to bait me into doing something, like react to it, but... Yeah, because they're dead on board if they don't block, and I'm obviously sending both anyways, so... Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, there was no reason to try to bounce this. I feel like that was a bait, right? I think the last turn... Well, everything after the Jace Ultimate, we played pretty well. So from here, assuming they had a removal spell and didn't swing, we could go Spellgyre into Discover on their end step, so we lose this, and then we have Sync still if they do something weird, I don't know, but we were actually just not out of gas still, between like this and scrying and whatnot. We were not out of gas. Crazy. Yeah, I read Solemgar and just it didn't register mentally. I don't think there was anything I could have done, right? I don't think there's anything I could have done anyways. Whew. Like, that was always resolving, yeah. So, I could have respected my own ultimate, so that didn't happen. I don't really know. That turn 1 Thoughtseize, chat. That turn 1 Thoughtseize. It didn't take Jace the Mind Sculptor, and look what happened. Bro, it was 85 degrees 30 minutes ago, and now it's like 50 degrees and it's pouring out. But I kind of want to still keep my window open because it's really hot in my room. But let me look. Look how bad it is. If you can hear that, I'm not fixing it, because I like the cold temperature. And there's still fireworks going off like crazy. Earlier in the day, none of this happened, but right when I hit the stream button... Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember if I could either. Yeah, I mean, if you're just... all you're doing is drawing 2 cards a turn, that's all the brainstorm locking would do at that point, but that's... I just didn't take it. I didn't take it. So, anything else want to get changed? I don't know why I went... Oh, I went into the deck builder because we've been doing that every game because everything hasn't been working. But we did win that game, so I guess I won't change anything. Nothing felt bad in a long counter a spell every turn strategy. I mean, worst case scenario happened and we survived. Chromox has not been appealing. This is a very loose keep, but I am on the play, so I think it's possible. Well, that is the mana. I think I should probably concern myself with more immediate things. I could Chrome Mox my Teferi. That feels really stupid. Feels stupid. Alright, I respect the don't care about anything, cast your commander. I respect it. Well, Chrome Mox is, like, incredibly good in some strategies and others not so much. Opponent gets rid of that thing. Okay. So we found a good, especially in this matchup, Esper Sentinel might not really do anything. And the faster I get to Teferi, the happier we are. Oh! Non-artifact, Esper Sentinel. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. It's an artifact. No. Alright, Planeswalker. Oh, chat. The secret tech. The secret tech. The secret tech is here. There's really no... I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe the discount matters. Okay. Alright, looks like the discount's probably not going to matter. Kind of upsetting. I'm never minusing here. Cyclonic Rift, big and true. Whenever a pirate attacks, do stuff. Okay. I am going to bounce it. I don't want him to get a treasure token and go into a busted 5, so... Anything but a 1-mana burn spell, please? Alright. Tragic. Wait. No, that's fine. Yeah. That didn't actually really do anything. Alright. A bit annoying. We're going to play this? Actually, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I'm just going to play that. Alright, we can reset our commander, so it's not like it's stuck on Planeswalker. I think I can reset it after I block too, right? Yeah. It's kind of Teferi and a gang of goofy chump blockers versus the world. Our hand is also completely dead. Of course, there it is. Yep, there's the 5-mana card I was talking about that we'd never want to see. Absolutely fascinating. Might as well get that out of the deck. Well, there goes that. It's actually one of the best cards in their in their deck too. Because they make a lot of treasure tokens. Yes. One of the best things they could have possibly had. Probably the best thing. Yep. Whatever. Whatever. Wow, they let me draw. Kind of odd. I feel like that's odd. You and your opponent has Chrome Mox when you have an answer to it? Oh, when you keep blinking it? Yeah. That's funny. Okay, well, that's to be expected, I guess. I'm losing the game no matter what. Might as well brainstorm. Alright, well, you got it. Okay. How many... yeah, whatever. And Chromox, too. We also had Chromox second. Silly me. Alright, that is one of the better cards they could have against me, but I can do stuff about it, I guess. They can play this starting next turn. I will still play my commander, I think. Yeah, this is right. Okay. So... well, I went from having something to do to now probably not being able to play the game from that draw, so... Alright. That was the best possible opener I could ever wish for my opponents to have. They couldn't have had a better sequence. I'm glad I have all these 7-mana instants in my deck for a turn 4 format. Were we even on the play there? No, we weren't. Yeah, play versus draw. I think... wait, were we on the play? Why can't I remember? No, I was not on the play. Nope. I was not on the play. That would have, yep. I'll counter that. I could cast Graven Lore, but I don't want to go to discard. So I'll just cast Chemist's Insight. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. Oh, mulliganing for Dismember, and then it didn't work out? Oh, no. Oh, no. Shieldred, what happened? I didn't play my commander, and my opponent's entire hand was dead. No way. Absolutely no way. Well, we're on the draw again versus Mono Red, so leave it to our 2-mana 2/2 to be completely useless. But we will see. I will not Mox Amber. I will not Mox Amber. Oh, that's not what I expected. Alright. Wow. Alright, we have Negate, but no Mana Drain. I think that's fine. I will not counter that. I probably didn't have to save my commander there. I don't think I did. I don't know. It's probably one of those the game's over because I have Mana Drain and is in the format for some reason kind of games. They could play Cavern, and then I don't have Mana Drain. This is 3 mana? Does this let me cast? Alright, let's just use our mana. Let's just use it. Feels weird to not, like, spend my mana, so. They get rid of Waltz of Rage. Okay, you got it. That's a Waltz of Rage. Housemeld is very depressing, so I will keep it. And I don't think I'm going to swing this turn for reasons. Yeah, it's not the red-green Atali. Okay. Frozen Grip is... I don't think there's any key to the archive problems. I don't envision any, so I'll let this resolve. I think they needed the mana. That's why they cast it. Opponent's playing Ulamog, and they got rid of it. Okay. Now I will swing. It's kind of the same logic, actually. No, I shouldn't swing. Probably doesn't matter to swing. We have 2 cards in the graveyard, so... Alright. Well, if they're finding a counterspell, they still need to, like, cast their commander. Like, land counterspell wouldn't really feel that great. Okay, I have a second counterspell. Let's... Okay, I don't really think I even care about this, but my opponent does, so... Getting cards in the graveyard at this point is a good idea too. We have these two. Alright, so we have an ultimate next turn. They did find Counterspell. They actually did find it. 4, 5, 4, 5... Like this? 4, 5, 6, 7. Because it's discounted by our commander. I can get a land, because I don't want to play this. That, and another counterspell. This one's decent, but I don't really feel like I have to draw. No, I don't know. Let's just keep the... Let's be sweaty. Let us sweat. I mean, this is the last turn anyways. I have no idea what Atali could do to get through my hand. I mean, I did just cast Dig Through Time and pass with 4 mana, so it's pretty obvious I have at least one counterspell. Sure. Yeah. I mean, even if they had a land, Atali's never, ever gonna do anything. It has to attack. It isn't just on enter. I feel like this should be on enter because the red-green one is so... Wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, the red-green one is so much better than this that, like, if they went back, this probably would be an ETB instead of an attack trigger. It's like, not only does it not happen when you cast it, you have to, like... it's just... Ooh. Alright, we got a Jace Ultimate in there. We got a Jace Ultimate in there. Aether Hub? I don't think I've ever talked about Aether Hub. Like, ever. Not that I'm aware. Esper Sentinel has never drawn a card. No, it has. That's a lie. It drew one. And it's mono red, too. The tag is in my title? Oh, yeah, the tag in the title is so when you're on the website, you'll bump into my stream through the website. So I can be rich and famous one day. Get addicted to multitude of drugs and buy 3 cars. Maybe a couple mansions. 2 divorces at minimum. Just haven't got to that part yet. We have too many lands. No. Okay, which enchanter needs to be something else? So, what is the... something that's instant equivalent? Disenchant's funny. I don't hate Disenchant. Oh, blue-white in our set is infinite turns. This is a nice enchantment. I mean, a disenchant. With our commander, it's just a disenchant with the added benefit. I really don't hate this card. Make your move is probably solid. Both sides of this card are also kind of solid, but protecting my commander is kind of lame. Stroke of Midnight is nice too, right? Just to Vindicate, especially at 2 mana. 2 mana Vindicate. At instant speed as well. Didn't they just make an elephant one of these in white? And then they just decided that Oh, this can't blow up lands. Alright, never mind. We don't... I mean, we could run the O'Hare. We thought about it, but... it's kind of ugly. Feels kind of ugly. This X spell has also felt pretty bad. So maybe it's one of the weaker spells in here. There are... how many instances in the deck that O'Hare actually can flashback? The problem is you have to cast O'Hare, which means I have to tap out for 4 minutes. No, it's just like so ugly to do. It's already really annoying to do it with a luge, so... Tried time stop. Good luck. Games are over before you get to that much mana, but good luck. The more expensive stuff you have, the less early stuff you have. So you have to really budget out how many expensive spells, and the expensive spells are pretty competitive in what the slots are taken up with. It's hard to make room for it. It never worked out a single game we had it in here. Speaking of working out, this does work out if I find more mana. So let's try it. Okay. Yeah, just run this out. If it doesn't get countered, we just have it for the whole game, I think. So a land go thing versus Dragonlord Solumgar is kind of weird. We both don't have great commanders. You never ever want to miss a land drop. So that's something to think about here. Could be Cyclonic Rift as well. Please don't let me miss a land drop. Oh, come on, bro. Come on. Oh, God. Gotta be kidding me. Well, it's looking pretty bad right now. I don't know, this might offset that, but it's absolutely atrocious to miss your land drop. It's completely atrocious. I think if we do it again, we just lose. So... if I find Reliquary Tower and amass infinite cards, that'll be interesting. I don't know who's incentivized to make a move first. Probably me, because I'm card capped. Going to discard, sitting at 7 is not great. Well, this doesn't happen too often. I have Farewell in here, what do you mean? I don't think I have Settled anymore. Alright, they actually missed a land drop. I will not crack my fetch land. Actually, if I flip the Ascanta, that would be a good reason to put a card in the graveyard. I think flipping the Ascanta is good. Do they have a land destruction spell? I don't want to lose Jace, though. It'd be hard-pressed to actually get this to do anything, but... of all the cards in my hand, it's probably not one to keep. Let's just flip this. So I can cast my commander and not care what happens to it. Makes plenty of sense to me. I don't know who has Inevitability. Assuming my opponent has more giant, ridiculous stuff in their deck. Probably them. But we'll see. I don't believe there's much of a reason to even worry about Sten as a card. Opponent seems to agree. So I didn't bait a counterspell out, which is what I was trying to do. They cracked the Mind Stone, but did not have a land last turn. I mean, they can try to Sullumgar my commander too, actually. Alright, they have 9 cards. 8 cards. Thoughtseize. That doesn't matter. It takes Jace and I don't care about the rest of the hand, right? Yeah. That just doesn't matter. It does not matter. I assume it takes Jace, because the rest of the hand is oh, although I do have Treasure Cruise. You don't like to see Treasure Cruise here. These are all the same. Yep. I feel like that's pretty obvious. Okay. That's a weird... That's an incredibly strange card. I don't think I've ever seen that resolved. I have Brainstorm in my deck, so I guess I won't crack the fetch land. Okay, I will now, actually. So, Treasure Cruise, getting a Snowland for Grave, whatever. Okay, I guess I'll swing for 2. They must have a removal spell or something. Do I Treasure Cruise? I can wait. I do have a bad card in my hand, so let's Treasure Cruise. If they have Mana Drain, I'm gonna be kind of upset, but it's not like I'm preventing Mana Drain by not casting this. Also, I should have exiled these two. Should have actually exiled those cards. There is no reasonable Chrome Mox except this card, but I'm not going to do that. They have a Brainstorm of their own. Kind of weird timing. I feel like I would only cast this if I needed something desperately. Maybe the hand is just that bad. Because, they're looking Brainstorm locked. Okay, no, they do shuffle away 1 card this way. It's not the best Brainstorm, though. Yeah, it probably has kill spells, I wouldn't doubt it. I highly doubt they're concerned about a 2/2. My search for Escanta is more powerful than my commander. Okay. These two are good. Yeah, we'll take another counter spell. We will do that. Alright, we're gonna cast Chrome Mox. I don't care about it. It's getting rid of a card that doesn't do anything. So if they bounce it or whatever, it's like it just discarded, needs to hand size anyways. I don't like the amount of information they have, but it's not like that information is easily avoided. It still exists. This does not reanimate anything currently. Do they find something? No. They have Spell Pierce, Cut Down, Downfall. I don't... They shuffled after the Brainstorm, so they did not know those cards. That's weird. I feel like hitting your land drop is always right. I'm not sure what you're trying to reanimate. I think I would always wait till I have at least something to find. We will reprieve this, because they're not going to recast it. So we'll just reprieve. Oh man. Feels good to know what I'm talking about. They didn't recast it, chat. Why would they do that? Ooh, Stifle? Tails End? What's this? I think it's too late to try to stifle a fetch land, though. What's wrong with Hero's Downfall? That's like the best. That's the best card. No, Harvester is exiled. I dissipate it. Weird time to go AFK. I don't think this game is over in any way, so that's odd. I can exile my commander with the 3-man ability, so I can technically hit them 3 times with it, or 9 times with it. Is the 2-2 gonna get there, chat? Is the blue-black draw-go opponent upset at a 2-2? Oh, man. I get to revel in this? Oh, yes. This is good. This is good. We did miss a land drop early, too, so... Opponent threw their phone across the room. They got out-controlled. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I am so used to like the control matchup. I'm so used to this. I have endless endless experience doing this. Oh man. Yeah, they're probably running all 3. I wouldn't doubt it. Blue black with a bunch of counter spells. You can easily play these. That's totally fine. Like, oh, something resolved. Let me deal with it. I like Hero's Downfall. I would run all of them. Especially from what we've seen, it looks like it would make sense to do that as well, given my opponent's deck list. Ah, the blue-black opponent upset. Threw the phone across the room. You poor thing. Well, we found the Graven lore. We actually did find it. I don't think I have any reason to genuinely full stop cast it. But yeah, no, I don't have a reason to actually cast it, so I won't. This is more interesting. I want my opponent to rope out to this card instead of attacking. Get absolutely trampled. Get trampled. Literally can't stop a 2-2. Back to the lab, Solomgar. Back to the lab. How do you deal with a 2-2? How does one deal with this 2-2? All is right in the world. It also stopped raining and started getting hot again, so it was like some kind of monsoon just swept through the area. Should we end on that note? I feel like I should end on that note. How long has it been? I don't know. Kind of over it. Kind of over it. Alright, no, we'll play a few more, actually. Screw it. All in. You get burned by anything more than 3 mana, or 2 mana for removal? Well. Rip. Well, they're on the play. Play versus draw is extremely huge here, but we have Cavern. Not sure my opponent even cares about my commander, but we have Cavern. Do I care about their commander? Not really. Can I keep Wash Away? Sure. Did they cast their commander turn 2? It would be odd if they didn't. Probably odd if they didn't. Is it a blowout if they don't? What is going on here? Whoa! Alright, so... if that's the case... sure. Ledger Shredder is interesting. Whenever you cast a second spell, copy it. So you can cast a cantrip and copy it in 10 years. They do not have one. Let's name Wizard. And just pass. Shoot. Yep. The value from their commander is... I gotta deal with this Ledger Shredder. It's the main thing. I'll actually even trade with their commander. They do not trade, alright. Does my opponent counter this card? Alright, I would have been a little surprised to see that. They chose not to. Wise beyond their years. And still offering trades. I'm losing the damage race, though. Okay, maybe that's not a good idea. Let's get rid of... land? Yeah. Alright, well, I'm definitely really ahead if they miss land drops, but they do have a very concerning card in play. Alright, that helps. I don't like my situation too much here. Alright. Well, alright. What do you got? You've been doing nothing the whole game. Whoa! Alright, so now I'm scared. Now I am frightened. What just happened? Okay. Opponent is actually running Hall of the Storm Giants. It's a little weird to me. This deck doesn't seem like it would like this at all here. I also don't think I would keep this. I'm not keeping this one minute 1/1. Okay, they do keep it. I don't think I'm ever keeping that card, so that's interesting. Alright, they're still trying to do a damage race, and they are probably right to do so. Let's just cast this. I don't care if it gets countered, and they did not counter it. I'm almost surprised how little they've tried to even attempt to interact with me. I'm gonna force you to do something. What is happening? Agent is good against control? I guess. I mean, good luck with that, but sure. I kind of disagree completely. It's like Thief of Sanity. It's good if you can't deal with it and it's left alone the entire game. Sure. Alright, yeah. They seem to be super interested in the agent instead of their own commander, because they had memory lapse in hand and didn't defend their commander. So I guess agent they deemed better than anything else, which I don't understand. Also, this doesn't really work with counterspells, because you can't suspend counterspells and then proceed to use the counterspell for anything useful. So... very strange line here, and none of it worked in my opponent's favor. Cool. Yeah, he was also missing land drops. The agent isn't gonna do anything anyways, even if it did resolve. It's so much mana to commit to that when you're already missing land drops. Like I wouldn't keep it. I would not keep that. I would not keep that. Like, even if it stole, like, counterspells, you have to pay 2 to steal them, and then you have to pay 2 or 3 to cast them. Like, that's not free. That's not free at all. When you're ahead, I guess, it's like a second card in play, that's good, but no, I'm not. They could have had that starting turn 1, and probably still would have, like, lost, so. Alright, we're actually on the play for once. I almost forgot that was possible. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it's with a mana drain, so maybe I don't get to, like, play an actual game here. Oh, no, maybe they got the best green stuff. Come back into the game. They do. They have the best green stuff. Alright. They have the best stuff in the game. I'd say it's a healthy mix. It's not just playing against control or anything like that. And probably control is the least I've played against. It's the least common thing I see. It can steal lands. I guess that is true. I forgot it could do that. It can steal lands. Kind of a weird way to go about getting the lands, though, but it does work. Alright, so they have Cavern. Not sure why they had to think about it for so long, but my opponents are my opponents, after all. Now what? Get rid of Partition. I would want another blue here, though, but I don't want to get rid of anything else. This might actually... Yeah, alright. Oh, I can't blow it up. I was going to say I might want to blow this up, but I cannot. Let's get rid of Discover. No, that's stupid. Let's get rid of this thing. Okay. Okay, so if I get a good mana drain here, what does that look like? I'm not sure. I always mix these two up. Alright, well, now we just have to deal with their commander, but we do have this thing. So I kind of don't straight up lose to it, but I still kind of lose to it. We'll see. Do you get the mana for Mana Drain if it fails to counter? It's just, how do I not know this by heart already? Okay. So we do get the mana. I guess I'll just cast anything they put on the stack, though. Makes it easier. I don't think about anything. You had the mana? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Well. Okay. Why didn't they cast the uncounterable 5-mana 6/6? What are you doing? We will keep a land. What are you doing? We will pay for that. Alright, so we have stuff in hand. Yep, still the same kind of logic happening here. Well, there's no way you don't cast it now, right? I can double up on these to kill it, but that feels weird. I don't think killing their commander is honestly useful in any way, so... When does it happen? Your first main phase, okay. Okay, let's remove its text box. So it doesn't draw cards, and probably not care about the rest of what it can do, but we'll see. This is just 2-minute draw too most of the time anyways. I mean, discounting it with heuristic study feels good, right? Okay, so I can block and bounce my commander, but that leaves me vulnerable to the rest of their stuff. So let's see if I can't kill their commander at the end of this turn. Llanowar Elves, okay. Yeah, we're gonna... No, actually, killing it now is kind of bad. Okay, House Meld is extremely good. It has to work, though. Can it work? I'm not gonna pay 1 for heuristic study. So it's finally gonna draw a card here. I can actually remand Wash Away. They can't recast it. Oh, get wrecked. Yes. Yes. Oh, get absolutely thrashed. Yeah, nice Cavern of Souls. Oh, man. Nice. Oof. Yeah, heuristic study actually finally replaced itself after that many turns. I really don't think you should play this card. I don't know. It's easier than you think to not let this drown you in card advantage. But, yeah, nice. We did it. We did it. Yeah, wouldn't it do? It wouldn't do anything. Yeah, it just doesn't remove. Could it do stuff? It doesn't have power or toughness. How does the boob frog read? I actually have to read it now. How does booba frog read? Wait, is it not a frog? Huh? What? What's going on here? It's not a frog? What? I know it was a god, but I thought it was a frog god. Okay. Oh yeah, no. It would draw cards. Oh. It would. It doesn't care about its own stats. It's just the attacking and blocking part. Alright, yeah, my opponent was about to get decimated. Oh, no, it did. Yeah, it didn't have its text box. Right. So, Partition has been a bunch of poo-poo, caca, pee-pee. Excuse me, Humiliation. Probably should just be Heliod's Spaghetti Noodles. Feels better. Yeah, they just lose it forever, which is the big thing. Or they lose it for arguably a significant amount of time. I mean, I have to deal with it. It would kill me. It's not like it's dealt with. It's not like I dealt with it. Okay, I think I'm done now. Yeah, we're done now. I think I would fight there too. It could be hard to ever reacquire your commander, especially there's a bunch of cards that care about it in your deck, and I could just die to a 6/6, actually killing me. I gave them twice as many attacks with it because it can attack every turn instead of every other turn. So I think it's totally reasonable to try to let that, keep that around. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can swing every turn with it, so I would no, I'm fighting over the frog. I'm always fighting over the frog there. Cuz it doesn't look like they have anything else going on in hand. And you have to try to kill me. Especially when the counterspell after that point doesn't do anything, right? Like it's just sitting in your hand because you have nothing to counter. I'm not casting anything other than other counterspells because now I have the board back. So like no, there's no way you don't counter that. You have to stop that from happening. Okay, I think every card in here is fine. What does this do? Oh yeah, it's that thing. Wait, does chessing like exist in... I guess chess exists in Magic. Huh. Or wherever Teysa is, so... Ravnica? Hmm. Actually, you know what? I kind of want to play... I'll play one more game, win or lose. Double or nothing. Feels like I kind of solved a few of the issues we had with this deck, so... That's an interesting one. We haven't seen Codis yet. Codis. Codis? Yeah, Codis. On the play, too? Oh, my... Fortnite in Magic, so chess is yeah, that's true. But the Fortnite is isolated, right? It's just like a thing just sitting there in isolation. Chess is like Tessa is talking about chess in the card. Bro, what is with this Leyline X? I'm so not about this card. I bet you they kept it because of this too. Like, I just like, this is not what Codis is about. I'm so not about that. All right, did we lose the Stifle? Nope. Another land is interesting, although it's also not that interesting. I can also play my commander and not lose the game when it dies, right? Actually, with my hand, it's kind of not doing anything. So, they need to... I should have named Planeswalker, maybe. That would have been... No, that's too telling. I think that's too telling. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's not telling. They could think I'm some kind of weird Super Friends thing, and that wasn't telling at all. But this is a Mana Rock turn. I don't know if they can ever not play a Mana Rock here. So it's like lining up for Cavern next turn. Or they're in a bit of a bind. Oh, look. I love it when I know what I'm talking about. So, killing this is interesting. I think I will, actually. It's not like I can kill Codis, so... Our world is canon in Forgotten Realms? There is no reasonable way to fight over this. And I can't say I would if it was free, so... Could I keep it in the graveyard? I could have kept it in the graveyard, actually. Yeah, I could have done that. So I just cast this, then? Yeah, that's fine. Just preordained. I'm almost surprised to see them counter this. I actually kind of like this. No, 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 no. I mean, I like it, but I don't have the mana. Yeah, we could have cast Jace. I guess? Yeah. It wouldn't be the worst thing to do. Wouldn't be the worst thing to do. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so I can't really cast that. I can cast nothing and just pass. I feel like that's actually possible here, so I will do it. Should have kept my commander in the graveyard, though, for Treasure Cruise. Alright, so their commander's on top. I can play my commander. And I will. That way, if it does die, I can do stuff. Lapse plus Jace. Oh, yeah, I guess that would have been funny, huh? Oh shoot. Oh, that would have been great. Okay, well, they gave me the Jace, but then I don't have anything else. Oh, stop having answers. Protection spells and infinite everythings, please. Would be great. Alright, that actually just worked. I am beyond myself that that just worked. I can't believe that. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I cannot believe that just worked. Swiftfoot boots, sure. Let us probably brainstorm. Yeah, brainstorm always feels bad for every opponent ever. Let's get rid of these two. No, that's dumb. Let's get rid of these two. Play that. I know there's a land on top, and I wouldn't hate a land, so I guess I just pass. Alright, Cavernous Souls is really the only thing at this point, in my opinion. And it doesn't beat Reprieve, so I'm not really sure. Okay. Oh, this costs 2 now, chat. It didn't before. It costs 2 now. That is a really weird card, but sure. I will counter literally anything. And I will also draw a land. As in multiple lands. I think I will cast Discover here. Beautiful. Alright. We have Reliquary Tower, that's why we don't have to discard. So it actually did come up. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised they tried to stick in that long, but... Yeah, I mean, we got there. This Leyline Axe, I mean, imagine it was a protection spell. I don't think this game, if my opponent was maybe more... It's hard to say, because I could be an enchantment deck or something else, but... This is, you went down a card in the opener for an equipment that doesn't look like it's doing that much here, especially when most of the cards you steal from me actually can't work, because there's a lot of counter spells. So this doesn't bode too well. I don't know. I just in general don't really like this card. But yep. All right. Yeah, Codas sort of needs to be in play for that deck to work. In no Cavern of Souls. They mulliganed for the Leyline Axe, but they didn't mulligan for Cavern of Souls. All right, now we're done. Okay, so at first I think this was really bad, which surprised me because I think it's, or at least going in, I was assuming it was like Brawl, where you know you just play a 2-mana discounter and then win the game if you untap. But at least the first chunk of white cards I had in here didn't really do that much. They felt really out of the way, and like, should I just be mono blue or something? The looting on Brawl is actually really good, and you will notice not having it if you normally play Brawl, and then I'm, say play this. But there are some white cards that are good. I'm sure there's even more than this, but it's hard to make room for all of that while also... The main issue was things were slipping through and I wasn't dealing with them, right? So I needed a massive wall of counter spells. And once I put that in here, the deck, I would say, got better. By quite a bit, actually. I lost a lot of games in the first half, but then the second half, I did way better. Resolving creatures would have been a problem, so like Urza, even Cloud Key, and the Djinn, all the discounting 3-drops. You can play them, but one of the main issues is I'm not leaving up counter magic, right? Also, if this dies, it's not the end of the world. You just go on to be something very similar to Teferi, Hero of Dominaria kind of deck, assuming, it's in your command zone, with probably way less board wipes, so not exactly like that. But you can play without your commander, which is a good thing. It's actually a really good thing. Blue-white control in general probably just does that. You could honestly replace this with Ojutai, the 5/4 hexproof dragon thing, and be happy. You can't replace it with Teferi unless you want to play in the top bracket, but some people want to do that. I mean, that's probably just different anyways, but I liked what this was doing once it felt good. It did take a while to feel good, but it did also take a while to build it, right? It was another commander that took like 50 minutes or something to have a deck put together that I felt good about before I even played my first game. And normally it takes about like 30 minutes when I hit the stream button, but the past few days it's been longer than that. So I like the idea of having a commander make me think about what I want in it. For the discount in the command zone style thing in not simply playing Urza, where you have the ability to play like some interesting stuff that's all... I think Urza's actually sorceries as well, right? It's not just instants. Hardly that different. Oh, it's art and it's artifacts. Okay, so not that different, but and then it has the added benefit of sometimes flipping into the Planeswalker version, which it's very scary, right? So you could probably just play that instead of this. And I haven't played Urza in a while. I don't even know if I played it with the Mightstone and Meekstone in the deck. I'm not even sure I did that. With certain cards like Inventor's Fair, it's probably just free to at least put that in there. So, yeah, it just feels like it's a weird place between Brawl and Urza, where it doesn't know where it wants to be and whatnot. And it's still better, in my opinion, than a lot of the... Well, let's click it out. Click that. A lot of the blue-white control commanders that you just put into your command zone and just play a blue-white control deck without being pitted against things of, expected equal caliber, because your commander is so weak that you're you're up against slightly weaker things, assuming your MMR isn't all that matters in that aspect. So with those commanders in consideration, I think it's better than like the random ones or the complete random ones. This one isn't totally random. I think this one actually has text on it that's relevant, but some of them don't, right? Like this one. You could just play this and be a blue-white control deck and play against whatever this normally... This one's a bit weird. This... Yeah, just basically all of them. This. Actually, not this one. This one's stuck in the top bracket for some stupid reason. But, yeah, so you could do that. But, oh, shoot. Now I have to find my commander. Uh-oh. There you are. For its ability, there was one game, right? It was the Ojutai? No, the Solemgar, Dragonlord Solemgar. The 3 mana ability actually mattered, where I could dodge removal. And this is just kind of a pesky little 2/2 my opponent has to deal with the entire game, and I guess they couldn't deal with it. I don't know, it was a weird game, but I think I played that one pretty well. Eluge does in some way defend itself, especially with a lot of islands. That's why it seems okay to play that one as a thing that cast at sorcery speed that costs 4, because that's ordinarily quite difficult, right? When you need a wall of counterspells. Just feels weird. But yeah, it works. I would say it works. If you can find better white cards than I did, or maybe even run slightly more white cards than I did, I would argue this might just be as good as Brawl, because of the added benefit that the white cards bring. I didn't necessarily feel that way completely, though. But if that's what someone can think of, like Farewell and all the other board wipes in general are just fine. If you lose your commander, you can then just start casting sweepers. Again, your commander's not that necessary. It does have a pretty solid discount on larger spells, but it really wasn't necessary. When your form of major card draw is in the form of spells, it gets a little awkward, right? Where you have like 2 of these in hand, you're sitting at 7 cards, and some of them are these. You don't want to draw too many cards, and you don't want to run out of cards, but you have to commit mana to cast these to get cards. So these get a little awkward, I think. This happened, I think, in Standard mostly. Before all the 3 mana draw 2 cards to turn things just completely swarmed Standard Brawl, and then that's the only thing that mattered. Like casting Quick Study to find other card draw spells, to find gas and stuff is awkward, as opposed to Phyrexian Arena, where you just draw steadily the entire game, right? Teferi in the command zone gives you card draw baked inside the command zone. There is a colossal... That is probably above everything the most significant difference. Teferi draws cards in the command zone. This does not. That is massive. But with that decrease in power, I guess the offset is discounting your card draw spells that you have to run is pretty solid. So that's all I've got. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. You like CODIS because it's goofy and stealing things is fun. Yeah, I think a lot of people would like CODIS for the same reason. You think it's player death touch? I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. No. I've beaten CODIS after it's hit me for like 10. So I don't think it has player death touch. But I also play decks that it can't steal too many things. Because I play pretty creature-light decks. For the most part. So, like this deck, it's not stealing anything. It's not. You can steal Narset early, maybe. If it gets super lucky, you can steal Jace. Eluge really isn't doing anything for their commander. Hellsmeld is stealing something that's not a big deal to lose. Yeah, it's not like... It's not snowballing. But it's more just this hard to deal with threat that's actually dealing damage to you that would matter. But, alright, that's all I got. So, see you, chat. Deuces. GG's.